Good evening, Padat Brooks. Good evening. How's the knee? The knee is doing a lot better, Brooks. I wish it was 100%, but it's better. How are you, Will? Karen, good evening and welcome to the stream. Um, Up and down. Uh, I would say that probably about 60, 70% right in there. Uh, Congestion wise, my head's really stuffed up, but uh, joint pain. And I got the flu, but it ain't going away. I've been taking a lot of vitamin C and a lot of, just trying to rest up. Good evening, Kelly P. Welcome to the stream. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Grace, oh no, Grace Cats. I have a friend with the last name of Katz, but he spells his with a K, Katz. Mary Sue Bummer, Purple Winmix. Good evening, glad to see you. Welcome, Purple and Mary and Angela Allen. I love your look. Casual day. Thank you, Angela. Grace Cool. I'm relaxed. I didn't feel like doing much of anything this afternoon. I just been laying around, watching my son. He got one of those. Maybe you guys remember these when you were a kid or your kids, when they were younger. Connects. They have a new version of Connects, but when I was younger, they were made out of metal parts and everything else, but now they're made out of plastic safe parts. But he's been sitting there in the living room playing with them for pretty much most of the afternoon, listening to music and then trying to put the different configurations together to make them move, make them something. His version of a car, or I'm not sure exactly what he's doing, but he's having fun. So I just kind of watched and sat there and watched him play with it for a while. Starfire, good evening. Virtual hug. Oh, thank you. I remember them well. I mean, the ones I had when I was a kid were made out of metal parts and stuff. I ordered off of Amazon, and it took forever to get because they were on back order. I ordered them actually for him before Christmas. I think it was like November or somewhere in there. But because of the shipping delays and issues, it just finally came in on Friday afternoon. So he's been playing with those most of the afternoon. So if nothing else, even if it doesn't entertain him after tomorrow, at least it entertained him for a day. And sometimes that's the best thing you can ask for. Because a lot, I mean, he's 5, but he still enjoys even the cardboard box that a lot of things come in and the pictures that are on the box. Gone girl, how are you feeling? I'm feeling better, but not 100%. Gone girl, welcome. Linda, welcome. Lieutenant RN. I'm getting better, Lieutenant RN, but I'm not 100% there yet. Gone girl, Baltimore girl. Gone girl is Canada, Canadian. Gone girl is a good friend in Canada. Yeah, the make things. My son is also speech delayed, so he only has maybe 10 or 15 words that he says clearly. He has other words, but you have to really listen closely to figure out what he's saying. He knows sign language on top of it, and then he has a book that is what do they call it? I can't remember the name of it though, but it's basically a picture book where he can put certain words and book and pictures together to form sentences, and then it can come off of it and you can see it. And he also has it on a tablet where he just drags and drops pictures together and words together to form sentences. So Ooh, negative 30 degrees there. Negative 30 Celsius, right? Because you guys are on the Celsius system. We're in Fahrenheit here in America. Angela, Alan, I try to be. I mean, I'm like any other parent. I have my my ups, my downs, my flaws, my triumphs. None of these of our children, anybody out there who's had children, are raised, help raise your grandchildren. That none of them come with a manual. You're gonna be, have your successes and your failures, and you just try to succeed more than you fail. That's all you can ever do in life. And as an adult, as we grow in life, we experience different things, and we can either take our failures, and they can hold us back, or we can learn from our failures to move on to become a better person, to be more successful, or whatever you're trying to do, or all of the above. Big SCTV fan. Oh, I loved SCTV. Too bad they don't have it on anymore. Um, my favorite thing that was the McKenzie brothers. Yeah, you hoser. I love I love that. The McKenzie brothers. You're a good parent. And oh, and your wife. Yeah, my wife Crystal is she's if I have to say that any one of the two of us that is a better parent, I would say she is. You know, but she gets all the snuggles and all the kisses and hugs. Daddy don't get none of them. I do. I just don't get as much. When he gets a boo boo, he runs to me to make his boo boo better, his owie, But when he wants something done, where it requires strength, he comes to me. But whenever he's not feeling well, he wants to curl up in mommy's lap, or I'm like, hey, what about me? He doesn't look at me, I guess, maybe as a nurturer connection, I guess. But I mean, I'm sure he does. It's just, I can't exactly tell you either. So we're hoping he will eventually. Rotary dial. I'm in. Oh, Rotary dial's here. Good evening, Rotary dial. Welcome. What's a rotary dial? What's a rotary dial? Yeah, none of us are old enough to remember rotary dial. It was a big thing when we got touch tone. I tried to tell my daughter once, convince her. I was like, I'm older than Google, and she's like, what? What did you do when you were a kid? I was like, we didn't even have computers. No cell phones, no computers. She's like, what'd you guys do for fun? I was like, we went outside and played. We made our own fun. And she's like, okay, but really, what did you do? The kids these days don't understand, because they've been born with this technology, and right there in their hand. They have a library of encyclopedias, where I actually had the Encyclopedia Britannica on the shelf. She can pick up a cell phone and look up anything right there in her hands, without having to walk across the room to the Britannica, pick it out, the right letter out of the encyclopedia, and look it up. Always have a chair next to the phone on the wall. Well, yeah, we did too. But then we got one of those super long cords. You have to remember, I had four sisters growing up, two older than me and two younger than me. So you had to have a really long phone cord. We had one of those, the pigtail, cords that you could stretch and you could walk almost to the living room with. I think I was in either a junior or senior in high school before we got a cordless phone. Oh, you guys built forts. Good evening, Rykart. Good evening. I hope you are staying safe out there. Steel wheels on everything. I wish I still had like my radio flyer and some of the toys that I had when I was younger. Some of those can go for big bucks now. And the collectible market is just astonished. We were at a one of those antique malls, where people are selling things, and this lady had a booth where she had a whole bunch of radio flyers and wagons, and then she had the radio flyer like tricycles, and those things are going for 150 bucks a piece for the tricycles. I was like, damn. And some of the wagons, and the more pristine they were, they were going for 300-400 bucks. At least here where she was selling. I don't know if she was able to sell them at that price, but that's what she had them priced at. Gayla, good evening. Tonka trucks. Yeah, you can't buy Tonka. You can buy Tonka trucks now, but they're all plastic. Or you can, if you're lucky, you can find some of the older ones that have like the cab part is like the hood and the cab is metal, and then all the rest of it's plastic, and it don't last at all. My son has broken at least 2 cement mixers and a couple of dump trucks just playing with them in the dirt, in the sandbox, because you got a big, huge above ground like play set, and there's like pea gravel around it, and then there's a sandbox. But just playing with them, just normally playing with them as a kid, he's broken them. Like the backs come off them. Used to play with Barbies from the '60s. Wish I had those. Yeah, especially if you have like Midge, and some of the earlier Barbies. Some of those can be worth some serious money. I have a wagon made of from Eaton's from about 1940s. Wow, that's got to be worth something. Yeah, it would be worth some pretty good money, rotary dial. Hmm. Liz Jane, good evening and welcome to the trivia. I hope you had a wonderful week. I'm glad you could be here with us. Stuck eight in the middle with you. Cheers to us, rotary dial. All right. Church of POS. Good evening. Welcome to music trivia. All right, so we're going to get this ball rolling. All right, unlike before, there used to be 30 questions. Now there are only 20 questions. 20 questions, and we do this 2 hours earlier, so we're not here for 2-3 hours playing trivia anymore. One question in here in the questions. It's never going to be the same number. It could be the first question, it could be the last question, it could be anywhere in here. There is one question that if you're the first person to ring in, you will actually win a real prize. Yes, I'm doing it. I'm offering a real prize for one question only, not points wise for the entire thing, just one question. You have to be the first person to chime in with the right answer. And sorry if you're on delay or if you're on top chat or something else and you don't get it until 10 minutes later. That's not my problem. I'm offering this as live as I can, and I have 2 different internets that I'm streaming on right now services. I am streaming on Charter Spectrum, and I am on Ziply. I have 6 bars on Ziply and 5 bars on the Charter. So I'm doing everything on my end to make sure that this is not delayed in any way at all going out. And time-wise or however it gets routed to you, I'm not at fault for that. So anyways, here we go. First slide. First question. Oop, I forgot to hit present. Sunday night music trivia. Here we go. First question for tonight. What power ballad did the group Faster Pussycat, the band, release in 1989? Was it A, Without You, B, House of Pain, C, What New Pussycat, or D, Faster Pussycat? Flip to the right page. What power ballad? Oh, and quickly, but before we get any farther, the special question tonight is question number 15. So since it's the first one, I'll tell you right now, and you can use Google. Use Google. Use your best friend. Phone a friend. Do whatever you need to try to come up with the answer first. It does not matter. There is no cheating in this. We're playing just for fun, and even on the special trivia question, if you have a source who knows the answer to it, and you can phone a friend, you best get them on the horn. So, but it is a rock and roll question. C was Tom Jones, long before 1989. Does anybody know the reference to D as in dog? Where is Faster Pussycat come from? We Rotary Dial picked out C. What's New Pussycat? Tom Jones. But I mean, the correct answer is obviously it's either going to be A or B. But the correct answer, I'll give you in a second. But does anybody know where Faster Pussycat comes from? I will phone you. That is true, right, Cart? That is true. Everything that you do on the internet is controlled or watched by someone. Even the people who have VPNs, for instance, I like to use Nord as an example, but every VPN is the same way. They collect data on their users. They don't sell their data, but they collect data on them. And everybody who uses the internet, they're collecting data on you, and they're making billions of dollars off of that. Everything else that they offer, well, we'll offer you this for free, but that data is everything. I see all of you, Sylvester and Tweety. All right, the correct answer to question number 1 is B. B as in boy, House of Pain. Now, Faster Pussycat is from the movie by oh man, I'm drawing a blank on his name now. It don't matter. It's a movie reference. And House of Pain. A lot of people think of the band House of Pain, but B as in boy was the correct answer for number 1. I have NordVPN. All right, question number 2. During Johnny and Baby's final stage dance in the movie Dirty Dancing, what song is playing? Is it A, Sexual Feeling, B, Say You, Say Me, C, I've Had the Time of My Life, or D, One More Time? Dirty Dancing. Gail is guessing C. Russ Myers is the director. Gosh, I could picture the guy in my head. For question number one, Faster Pussycat was Russ Myers. If you don't know who he is, he was a director, writer, producer, studio backer, but he put out the movie Faster Pussycat Kill Kill. Anyways, I had to look it up because I could picture the guy in my head, but I could not think of his name. I see a lot of C's. Hi, Papa Doll. Gayla watching Dirty Dancing. Rachel XX C Rash CC C. Angela, they're all females getting it correct. Gayla, you've never seen Dirty Dancing? Wow, it's actually a really good movie. I'll give Patrick Swayze, credit in that one. I mean, I liked a lot of Patrick Swayze's movies, but he was really good in Dirty Dancing. Just remember, nobody puts baby in the corner. Nobody. Yeah, Angela got it. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Nobody. Jerry Orwell, the one from Law and Order. Is it Jerry Orwell? He plays the father in Dirty Dancing. But buxom brunettes on motorcycles doing illegal criminal activities. Correct, Brooks. He did. He definitely had a certain type of woman that he loved to put in the leading roles. The music is awesome. But the correct answer for question number two, which it should have a number two there, but oops, I forgot, is C as in cat. I've had the time of my life. Time of my life was the correct answer. C as in cat. Question number three. True or false? Patrick Swayze sang the song She's Like the Wind on the Dirty Dancing soundtrack. Patrick Swayze sang the song She's Like the Wind on the Dirty Dancing soundtrack. Yes or no? True or false? A or B? Oh, I don't remember it originally, but my mom and dad DVD, LOL, never never sang this movie. Liz Jane never sang this movie, never saw. Well, maybe that's what you meant, or maybe you're a singer. I don't know. It's not a musical. They make a musical of it, a stage play. Pippa Dot. I've seen the stage play of Dirty Dancing, but it was a movie. Hey, is Will going to answer? Answer what? As a singer? Wasn't that song his debut? As a singer for Patrick Swayze? Patrick Swayze actually sang well before he ever became an actor. When he first started off, he was a singer, actor. He did some modeling work. He did a lot of things earlier in his career. He was always just talented in different ways. But this trivia question, did Patrick Swayze sing the song "She's Like the Wind"? I think I need glasses, Will. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's that day is come and gone for me, sweetheart. Yeah, I went from I needed reading glasses, and then I needed uh, distance, and nearsighted and farsighted. Then I needed bifocals, and now the glasses that I'm wearing right now are actually trifocal. The absolute bottom part of it is, almost like a magnifying glass. No line, no line ones. Those line ones say they're like, yeah, you'll get used to it. And I'm like, oh hell, I will. I never did. Liz Jane is going with no. We are talking about the original movie. Well, yeah. Well, in the original movie, Patrick Swayze did he sing this song in the original soundtrack? For this question. For the other questions, yes, the movie. It was a movie first, then it became a play later on. It is an off-Broadway play. I don't know if it's ever going to come back, but it definitely has run. Dirty Dancing off-Broadway play. I wear trifocals too well. Yeah. Good. FY. All right, whatever. All right, the answer to question number 3 is A. It's true. Patrick Swayze sang the song She's Like the Wind on the Dirty Dancing soundtrack.
Hi, I'm Nicole Hockley from Sandy Hook, Florida.
Yeah, well, I don't care. I can't
hear, but it's
skip. All right. This is Patrick Swayze. That was Patrick Swayze. I can't play the whole song because I'll get demonetized for it. That was more than enough. So back to the trivia. All right. Question number 4. What year did Tommy Two Tone release the song 8675309? What year did he release that song? Was it A, 1982, B, 1979, C, 1980, or D, 1981? It was playing in the background when he was getting ready to leave and say goodbye to Oh Baby. That's cool. I don't remember. I only remember the song, in the final dance, and how the father was upset because, how they were dancing. I always remember the look on Jory Orwell's face when he stood up and she told him to, her mother told him to sit down. I've always remembered that one scene. It was kind of like, thank you, because he wanted to put an end to it. He's like, no, this is not right. First off, his daughter is dancing with a staff. She can't fall in love with a staff member. They're from different classes. We got D 1982, C A C. I'm going with them. D. Purple is going with 1981. That would be D. What year did Tommy Two Tone release the song 8675309? Left hand RN is going with A, 1982. Gone Girl going with B, 1979. Well, I think we have every letter covered here, don't we? A, B, C, and D. What year? Do 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 do. The correct answer is D as in dog, 1981. Revenge tune. I don't know if you can call it a revenge tune. I've never actually thought of it. What the song is about. But the correct answer for question 4 is D as in dog, 1981. All right. Next question. Question 5. True or false? Another true or false. We've never had true or false questions before, but now we do. True or false? Turn Up the Radio was released by the band Autograph. True or false? A or B? This is going to be stuck in my head. Well, I mean, it's better than other things, right? Supposedly, a girl didn't go out with him. I think that was part of the song. Yes, I'd have to listen to it again. Supposedly, they C have Church of PLS. I'm going with C. Linda's going with T. True. Let's say it all right. A, C. Have a clue. A, B, B. A. True or false? Turn Up the Radio was released by the band Autograph. I barely remember Autograph, but I remember the song. Look up the lyrics at 8675309. I will after this, but can't do it right now. I Googled it. Well, maybe it is a revenge song. I never gave it much of a thought. Other than it's like, hey, I know the song, at least that part of it. I know it's a phone number, and apparently there's a whole other like stream of trivia about this song and the phone number. The phone number really belonged to somebody, but it had nothing to do with the song itself. There was one or two different phone numbers. If you put a different area code in front of it, you could get a different house or a different person. There's a whole website that had to do with just this song. With that song, not this song. For question number 6. Oh, hey, guess what? There's not a number 5. I just noticed that. This should say 5 at the top. I don't know why it says 6. Oh, well. Yeah, that's another oversight on my part. That means that everything is off by one number. All right, well, true or false, Turn Up the Radio was released by the band Autograph. The correct answer to this question is true. True. They released the song and Autograph. Autograph released this song. All right. And here's number 6, in case you're wondering. The last one was number 6, and so is this one. This is the real number 6. I don't know why I did that. Obviously, I have to look at these a little bit more closely. All right, question number 6. Every Rose Has a Thorn by the band Poison was released in what year? Was it A, 1988, B, 1987, C, 1989, or D, 1986? Like Tiger Blood? Yeah, winning all over the place. What year was the song Every Rose Has a Thorn? C-A-A-A-C-A-A. Every rose has a thorn. Did you write these questions? Angela asks. Well, I find them on the internet. I either find them while I'm researching other cases, or they come to me and it's like, hey, I bet they would like this as a trivia question, and then I saved them in a doc file, and then I've got hundreds of these saved. Then I take them and I either transcribe them over to what we're looking at here is Google Slides, and I put them in. So did I write them? In essence, I did. Did I think of the question necessarily myself 100% and come up with the answers? No. No, they're either on other trivia sites or they're questions that have come to me. It's like, hey, there's an actual a question about a musical artist or something, that is in a story that I'm reading. Pippadot's going with C. Purple Mix A. Compiled, yes. I can tell you the actual number, how many I have right now, because I am actually on the cloud server right now. I have 323 more questions that are saved. That I got a lot of these saved up, and I constantly am adding to it. And then every other Friday, I'm doing, we're doing a true crime trivia on Friday nights. So I've started to compile a completely separate file of just trivia questions that are crime related. Oh, holy mackerel. You really like the number 6. Yes, I made that mistake. I'm sorry about that. Holy macaroni. Macaroni. I like your skits too. Well, thank you. Love our trivia nights. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. All right. Question number 6, the real question number 6. The correct answer is A as in apple. 1988. 1988. A. All right. Question 7. Finish this line by Sammy Hagar's song, I Can't Drive 55. I can't drive 55. I can't get my car out of blank blank. They're looking for 2 words. So it does say LA there, so it should be Los Angeles, counting those as 2 words. But it's A, the way, B, Los Angeles, C, second gear, or D, my head. What is the rest of the line? I can't drive 55. I can't get my car out of. Well, thank you, Pippa Dot. I'm glad you guys are enjoying them, the skits. I have another one that's on my that I already have filmed and saved and is uploaded to YouTube. I just haven't launched it, made it public yet. The reason why is because I've been thinking about, it's like a 10-minute or 11-minute video, and I was thinking about cutting it down into 2 parts or 3, because and I'm not exactly 100% happy with it. Except me, I like working with you, but I'm getting sick and need to go. If if I can. I'll be back. Oh, well, you take care, Pippadot. Well, you're going to have to go. Okay, Pippadot, you take care. Was it 4 on the floor? Question number 7. I can't drive 55. I can't get my car out of blank blank. Excuse me. I can't drive 55. I'll tell you this much, man. When I heard this song for the first, like, I don't know, 10 years after I heard the song originally, I couldn't stand it. Then again, I also, I probably played into my bias against the song, is I didn't like Sammy Hagar joining Van Halen. Van Halen to me should always be fronted by Diamond Dave, David Lee Roth. I think that's the only real Van Halen. It's my own personal opinion, but couldn't stand the song. It doesn't bother me now. It's just I won't go out of my way to listen to it. All right, question number 7. The correct answer is C, as in cat. I can't get my car out of second gear. C, as in cat. All right, question number 8. True or false? ZZ Top released the song Rough Boy on their album Afterburner. False or true? I switched them up. Instead of being true as A, it's now false as A. I can't gloat because of cheating. There's no cheating, Angela. You can use anything you want. Use the internet, use a friend, copy off of others. It don't matter. Just for fun, anyways. It doesn't matter. There is no cheating. POS. Have no idea. Have no idea about ZZ Top. I think their best album by far was Eliminator. But again, that's just my own personal opinion. I need Google. Trust me, Google is my best friend a lot of days. That and Grammarly. Oh boy, Grammarly helps me a lot. Not a ZZ Top fan, huh? That's okay. Well, this is the only ZZ Top question on the whole trivia, if that matters. We're on question number 8, and it's the only question on the whole thing about ZZ Top. Lagard. Love this trivia. Helps exercise the aging brain. Well, good. I'm glad you enjoy it. Question number 8. True or false? ZZ Top released the song Rough Boy on their album Afterburner. I work in healthcare. We call it Dr. Google since a lot of patients use it to research. Oh, ain't that true? My friend knows when I use Grammarly. Yeah. All right. The correct answer to question number 8 is B. True. The song was released on their Afterburner album. Question number 9. Which platinum selling country music artist has been a judge on a talent show the longest? A. Dolly Parton. B. Blake Shelton. C. Keith Urban. Or D. Carrie Underwood. Which platinum selling country artist has been a judge on a talent show the longest? Liz, question B. Boo, B, Kelly. Going with Pete, B, left hand RN, B, Starfire, B, Brooks, B, C. No, Brooks is going with C. Oh, Keith Urban. Oops, should be B. Which platinum selling country artist has been a judge on a talent show the longest? Karen Gillette going with B, Blake Shelton. A lot of B's, The Voice. Starfire's going with the actual talent show that he's currently on, as opposed to the other one. I bombed out on this one. Uh-oh. Chris Fisher. Good evening, Chris Fisher. Welcome to trivia. Chris Fisher is going with B. I hope you had a great week, by the way, Chris. Linda is going with B or C. It could be one of the two. Could be one of the four. But she's narrowing down to one of those two. Blake Shelton or Keith Urban. Carrie Underwood. She's been a judge. Dolly Parton. She's been a judge. Keith Urban. He's been a judge. Blake Shelton. He's been a judge. Changing to C. Angela D. I am only D. Carrie Underwood, Keith Urban, Blake Shelton, or Dolly Parton, who is a platinum selling country music artist that has been a judge on a talent show the longest. Question number 9. Keith Urban put on a great show if you can see him live. Church of POS. I just watched videos from earlier this year where it was Keith Urban and I think there were so it was the Georgia Line. Who else was there? There were like 3 or 4 other ones, and then Morgan Wallen was there. I can't remember who else was on it, but they had it was I can't remember who else was there, but yeah, I can't remember the name of the channel that uploaded them, but they uploaded a bunch of different videos. Obviously, they took them from their phone of different artists who were at this concert. I only know of Toby Keith. I'll never smoke with Willie. That's dangerous to smoke weed with Willie. Willie's been smoking for a long time. Puff, puff, pass. All right, which platinum selling country music artist has been a judge on a talent show the longest? The correct answer for number 9 is B as in boy. Blake Shelton has been a judge the longest. Carrie Underwood, 2 seasons. Keith Urban, 1 season. Dolly Parton, 1 season. Blake Shelton, multiples. And he was on another show before The Voice as a talent singer and developer on a version of The Voice that was on CMT. And Keith Urban was on that same show as well. But Brother Osborne's are good. Yeah. Yeah, they are. I like Brother Osborne. But Blake Shelton is the longest platinum selling country music artist who's been judged the longest on a talent show. All right, question number 10. Sam Hunt, top selling country music artist, has a song with the title. Finish the song title. Body Like, A, Angel, B, Hourglass, C, Back Road, or D, Princess. Okay, so the videos that I was watching, it had Jason Aldean, it had Morgan Wallen, and it had the Georgia Line, whose concert? It wasn't their concert though. It doesn't say. Because Morgan Wallen was supposed to be the opening, but he canceled. Oh, and Eric Church was there as well. He was one of the other gentlemen, but Eric Church is kind of a dick. Family crisis, got to go. Good night, everyone. Stay safe. You too, Gone Girl. You stay safe out there. Back roads can be curvy and bumpy. See, it's on Spotify playlist. Depending on era, princesses weren't all that. You got bots in the chat. I'm taking care of it, Church of POS. I'm very aware of it. But thank you. Doing the best I can. I have to time them out, warn them, and then they are blocked. I give everybody, what is a bot? It's a computer program, Angela, that it's somebody who that sends a spam message into chats and streams and videos, comments on videos, to links to other sites. Most of the time, it's to either phishing sites or a site that promises, beautiful pornography, to people. That's what these bot programs are. But it's a computer program that does it. The bot got it wrong. Learn something new every day. Yeah. It's better not to have to know about it. But I deal with it. It's part of the life of doing this. You have to deal with the ugly right along with the beautiful. Sam Hunt, top selling country music artist, has a song with this title. Finish the song title. Body Like. The correct answer is C, as in cat. Back Roads. And you're absolutely right about who put the comment in about the bumpy road. Back roads can be bumpy. Angela, Back roads can be curvy and bumpy. You are absolutely right. And that's what the song is about. Body like a back road, curvy and bumpy. Ah, that's okay. But rudder dial, it's better that you missed them. All right, question number 11. How old was George Michael, former lead singer of Wham, when he wrote the song Careless Whisper? Was he A, 25, B, 10, C, 12, or D, 17? Tracy, good evening, and welcome to the music trivia tonight. Tracy's going with 25. Angela is going with the same A. How old was George Michael, the former singer of Wham? Wake me up before you go. What is it? His heart doesn't want to go solo, or whatever the hell it is. I can't remember the next line, but Chris Fisher's going with D. TLS is going with A. Brooks is going with D. How old was George Michael when he wrote the song Careless Whisper? Lieutenant RN's going with D. Got some D's and got some A's. Nobody wants to guess that he was 10 when he wrote the song? Karen? I don't know. D? Like the little emoji. It's cute. Rotary dial D as well. Way to go, Chris. How old was George Michael, lead singer of Wham, when he wrote the song Careless Whisper? Purple is going with A, 25. How old was George Michael when he wrote the song Careless Whisper? Careless Whisper. Liz Jane is going with 25 as well. Well, I think we either have 25 as an answer or 17. What looks like everybody's guessing. Not 10 or 12. Couldn't have been that young when he wrote that song. How old was George Michael? I mean, how old was Beethoven when Beethoven wrote some of the songs that he wrote, and composed? He was young. Man, he had such white teeth. Remember that when they used the black light for some of those videos, the Wham, and they would have like the neon colors and the white shirts and then the black light, so they glowed, and so did their gloves. Beautiful man inside and out. He certainly was a humanitarian, that's for sure. Yeah, I'll give you that one, Liz. I don't know so much about the outside. I mean, I didn't find him attractive, but then again, I'm not attracted to men, so to each their own. How old was George Michael, former lead singer of Wham, when he wrote the song Careless Whisper? Ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer to question 11 is D, as in dog. He was 17 years old when he wrote the song Careless Whisper. We all go through stuff, yeah. But he definitely went through his hard times as well. A lot of people do. Especially, it's really hard for people in the spotlight because everything you do is magnified, 50 times over, especially if you're in the spotlight. Question number 12. What do or did Linda McCartney and Nick Rhodes have in common? A. Famous spices named after them. B. Photographers. D. Died of cancer. Or C. Sang but weren't famous for it. Wow, to write such lyrics at a young age? Really? What were Linda McCartney and Nick Rhodes? What do they have in common? Famous spices named after them. Photographers died of cancer or sang but weren't famous for it. Or D. C or D, says Tracy. He was your fave, Starfire? George Michael? I think I preferred George Michael's solo work more than Wham. I wasn't into that fashion or that type of music. But that's just me, though. I mean, to each their own. I mean, I didn't like Culture Club, but I like Boy George's, solo work. I mean, he's had a heck of a lot of hits that people don't realize that he did. In the UK, especially, and especially a lot of like the Western Europe, he had a lot of hits that a lot more than he had with Culture Club, and I think he's on The Voice now too. Nick Rhodes, he was your favorite. Linda was an Eastman from East on Kodak. I'm very old. I know Paul loved her. That's all that mattered. He probably still misses her. I would assume so. I wouldn't assume that he doesn't love her and he doesn't miss her. Betty Blue. Betty Blue, good evening. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, Betty Blue. Welcome to the music trivia. It's okay. Hate typing. Even I even bought his book, photo book, back in the 80s. Wow. Tracy's, yes, I'm going to go. I'm going to say D. Betty Blue, yes, thank you. Well, you're welcome. Glad you had a wonderful weekend. What did Linda McCartney and Nick Rhodes have in common? Betty Blue died of cancer. Do 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 do. Got to take my medication now. Everybody, hold on. Ugh. Yeah, stuff tastes like Tylenol. All right. He had Polaroids. I heard that Paul's children don't mind any of his parents after Linda because they know how much Paul and Linda love each other, and it will never be replaced. That's cool. Are you feeling better now? Betty Blue asks. I'm saying I'm about 60%, Betty. Still stuffed up. Joints and stuff still hurt, but I'm doing better. I'm getting there. I'm not dying or going away anytime soon. All right, the correct answer to question 12 is B as in boy. They were both amateur photographers. You and I use that the word amateur there very loosely. They may not have worked for a newspaper, but they were both photographers, and they both had a pretty good side career as doing photography. They both sold a lot of photographs and books and individual photographs themselves. So I would consider that more professional photography than amateur. But when this trivia question came up, it listed them both as amateur photographers. So question number 13. True or false? There has always been 10 members of the band UB40, even though they only show 5 members in press photos. I should say members there, but it doesn't. Only show 5 in press photos. True or false? Saw Paul and Linda as the Wings band. She didn't look like she enjoyed very much. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a bummer. Blue sucks. Graham Nash, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, is a photographer as well. I think I knew that something about Nash, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I know Steven Stills is a pretty good cook. I don't know if he's if that's something that that he talks about a lot. Excuse me. Water went down the wrong pipe there. I don't mean to cough into the microphone like that. All right, B says left-handed are in. False. Question number 13. True or false? There have always been 10 members of the band UB40, even though they only show 5 in press photos. True or false? LOL, that happens. Supposedly, Nash is also a bit of a diva. I think I have probably 2 records by the group Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I think I have 2. I'd have to look. It's been a while since I've listened to them. They're down on the second row there, right next to Steppenwolf. I know they're in the collection next to Steppenwolf. Probably Iron Butterflies in there as well. It's been a while since I've listened to any of those. What does POS stand for? Band politics have no one cares about. True or false? Question number 13. There have always been 10 members of the band UB40, even though they only show 5 in press photos. The correct answer for question 13 is A, true. From the inception of UB40, there have always been 10 members of the band. Those 10 members have not always been the same, but they've always had 10 members of the band for UB40. Question number 14. Part 2 of the song Another Brick in the Wall by Pink Floyd is about what? A, poverty, B, school, C, war, or D, slavery? Part 2 of the song Another Brick in the Wall by Pink Floyd is about what? Look at me, Ma. Brooks S. Betty Blue, war. Liz Jane's going with poverty. Brooks school. Angela C. Church of POS B. Chris Fisher's going with B. Liz B. Double exclamation mark. Kelly B is going with B. Another great band, War. Yes. War was a great group. Part 2 of the song, Another Brick in the Wall. And I have no idea why there's an exclamation point there. I mean, quotes without another quote. It should have been another quote after the name of the album. Another the name of the song, I mean, after wall before by. But no. Rotary dial going with B. Question number 14. Part 2 of the song Another Brick in the Wall by Pink Floyd is about what? Purple is going with C. War. Part 2 of the song Another Brick in the Wall by Pink Floyd is about what? The correct answer for question number 14 is B as in boy, school. Part 2 of the Another Brick in the Wall is about school. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get your fingers ready. Call your friends if you need to phone a friend. The next question is for an actual prize. You are going to win a real prize if you are the first one to answer the next question correctly. From the moment I show the question, the clock starts ticking. You have 5 minutes to come up with the correct answer. Question number 15 on the trivia tonight. Again, the clock starts the moment I show the question, not when I finish reading it. So here is question number 15. Winner chicken dinner. You have 5 minutes to get this right. No answers are provided. Use Google if you want. First person to answer correctly wins. First person to answer correctly wins a $20 Amazon gift card. Actually, I send you the code and you can redeem it yourself. No one gets it correctly. The prize carries over to next week until somebody gets the question right. The question is, who was the original drummer for the band Xana? First and last name of this member is required to win. Never heard of the band Xana? They have been featured in over 300 record albums between 1970 and 2010. They are a professional recording album band, studio band. Over 300 records, different bands, different music, different genres. 300. You answer, and you're the first person to chime in with the first name and last name of the drummer, the original drummer for Xana. You win. Come on. Never heard of them. Sorry. No clue. Purple's going with Alexandra. No. Pavel, no. Were they the Wrecking Crew studio musicians from the 1960s? No, they were at Church of POS. They were active from 1970 to 2010. They disbanded in 2010. Well, I say disbanded. Two of the four members died in 2010. Not related to each other, but they both died. One died tragically at his own hands, and the other one died in a car accident in 2010. And the other two members didn't feel like recording because they were in their, well, I think their 60s by that point. So they just decided that they were going to retire. 5 minute will, that's a long time. We're going to dial. I mean, we've wasted time, and spent more time talking to each other, in the comment section than longer than 5 minutes before. But I figured this way it gave people, if in case they needed to make a phone call, that if they knew somebody, hey, you know what? Yeah, I can call my friend and I can get the answer that way. And they never know. 5 minutes. I know it sounds like a long time, but it's not. It's not that long. Actual, in retrospect, when you think about it that way, we've all wasted 5 minutes in a lot of different ways in our lives. We could have all those little 5 minutes back here and there. Heck, the other day I had to go to my county, what do they call it? Like an assessor's office, but it's an extension office to get new tabs for my trailer. I was there for 45 minutes waiting in line just to get tabs for a trailer so I could use it for 10 minutes. I was just like, really? I'm number 41. What number are we on? Yeah. And of course, everybody's got to be 6 feet apart, and they only allow 10 people in the office at a time. And so everybody else had to stand outside. And then every once in a while, they come to the door and they go, okay, we're taking the next 5 people only. Good evening, Interpeas. I hope you are having a good night. I Googled it. You can use any method you want. Google or phone a friend. Maybe you knew the band personally. Group W bench. Apparently they are Russian. Nope, they're not. They're not Russian. And no one's guessed the answer. They're from Sacramento, California. If there's another band out there with the name of Xana, it ain't the same one. It's spelled exactly like it says it on the screen. Zana. Just excited for the winner. I'd like somebody to get this so I can give it away. If nobody gets it, it carries over to next week. And it'll just keep on going until somebody gets it. It's not always going to be question number 15, though. All right, well, my clock now says 6:23. The 5 minutes are up. Kelly, your answer came in too late, and it's not Scott Haplin, and it's not Pavlin Kokolev, or however you pronounce that Lieutenant RN. The correct answer is John Teeler. John Teeler is the actual original drummer for the band Xana. They're from Sacramento, California. They were studio band that played for Columbia Records. They played also for in the studio. They never toured. They were only a professional musician group. All of them were classically trained on the instruments that they used. 3 of the original 5 members went to Juilliard School of Music. The other one, the bassist, never went to a school like Juilliard. He went to Michigan State University. But John Teeler is the original band drummer for the band Xana, Zana. They're from Sacramento, but they recorded in Los Angeles, California. There's a Zane from Serbia. All right. Well, unfortunately, nobody got it. That means that it carries over with additional. So next week will not be $20. It will be $30. And every week, another $10 gets added to this prize. Hopefully, somebody gets it next week. But they are the over 300 records, and they are listed on Jethro Tull's album, the Aquarian. It's a small print release that he self-released instead of releasing with CBS Records. But they recorded with Jethro Tull. He thanks them on the album itself. Question number 16. The song "The Heat Is On" by Glenn Frey was featured in which movie? Was it A, Top Gun, B, Adventures in Babysitting, C, Back to the Future, or D, Beverly Hills Cop? I'm writing my note on here. No one got the question correct. Carry over to next week. The Heat Is On by Glenn Frey was featured in which movie? Betty Blue's going with Top Gun. Purple is going with same. We have D, Beverly Hills Cop. D. Beverly Hills Cop. B was an awesome movie. And John Candy, Adventures in Babysitting. Inner Peas. Oh, that's what I love about Inner Peas being here. E, Saturday Night Fever. The Heat is On with John Travolta. You always make me laugh. Thank you. Mel Stiller, good evening. Sorry if I missed you before. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Welcome to the music trivia. There are only 20 questions, as like before, it used to be 30 questions, 20 questions, and it starts at 5 p.m. So set your alarms or reminders to that. 5 p.m. on Sundays instead of 7. 2 hours earlier, 10 questions less. But we actually have a prize every weekend now. So that's a bonus. Love John Candy. Yeah, all the big comedians are gone that I liked. John Pryor, John Potato, or how you pronounce his last name. Candy is gone. Kennison was a bigger man, at least towards the end. Ow, ow, ow! Why the wrench? The blue wrenches that you see, those are admin moderators. Well, that's all right, Mel. You can watch it and rewind. It'll be on the channel afterwards. I'm just reminding everybody because it normally it used to start at 7 p.m. but now it starts at 5 p.m. This was put up to vote on my community tab. If you ever want to know what's going on with my channel, anytime something comes up where I won't be able to do a live or I have special programming that's coming up, I always post it in the community tab on my channel. And if you're a channel member, it usually shows up on the news feed too. Well, at least it should. But we all know how well YouTube's notification system works. So that's why I tell everybody just to set a reminder. That way you know. Okay, on Sundays it's now at 5 p.m. instead of 7. Mine is the 12th. Birthday's coming up. Anniversaries. I missed a question. Missed a comment. Gotta scroll up. My birthday is next Sunday, the 6th. So I should get the chicken dinner. Winter chicken dinner. Well, happy birthday next Sunday. Well, we'll have to remember that. Left-handed RN. Next Sunday is her birthday. Okay. I will definitely remember that. I'm actually going to make a note of it right now so I don't forget. Next Sunday. And whose is it? And then the following Sunday, the 12th, is Angela's is the 12th. Angela, birthday, 12th. I wrote it down, Angela. The next Sunday is the 6th is left-handed RN's birthday, and Angela's birthday is the 12th. All right, for this song, what movie was Glenn Fry's song "The Heat Is On" featured in? For question number 16, the correct answer is D, as in dog, Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills Cop. I mean, I think all of these movies are personally good. I mean, I wasn't much of into the bro fan movie of Top Gun, but I mean, a lot. Some of the movie was good. Adventures in Babysitting was a great movie. Funny, funny movie. Back to the Future. I like the first couple Back to the Future movies, and then I lost interest in it. You know, but the first one was obviously the best. You know, where he went back and he had his interactions with his parents. Was made him and his brothers start disappearing from the photograph. That was good. And Beverly Hills Cop with Eddie Murphy, you can't go wrong there. Nick Nolte before he lost his freaking mind. So it's a good movie. The 12th is my wedding anniversary. 26 is your birthday. Purple's the 26th. A lot of Aquariuses. Mine's the first. A Church of POS. Yours is the first, like, what a day? Well, happy birthday, Church of POS. Happy birthday. Your eldest is the 13th. Looks like it'll be a very happy February. My wife's is the 13th. February 13th. This is the age of Aquarius. That's a good song. The age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. Aquarius. Obviously, I can't sing, but I had a math professor tell me in group of 30 or more, there will always be a majority of Aquariuses. Your mom's birthday was Groundhog's Day, inner peace. Oh, how lovely that would have been, huh? Don't get a birthday every year. Well, no, that's leap. I'm thinking of leap year, leap day. All right. Question number 17. Me, myself, and I. What was the name of the solo album by the solo debut album by the band De La Soul? Me, myself, and I. 3 Feet and Rising. B, 3 of Me, Myself, and Eyes. C, Eye of Life. Or D, 20 in Time. What was the name of the solo debut album by the band De La Soul? Or solo album. You can say it either way because they played with other bands as well. But we're looking for their debut. What was the name of their debut album? February 2nd. What is the name of the solo album by De La Soul? 3 Feet and Rising, 3 of Me, Myself, and Eyes, Eye of the Life, or 20 in Time. Purple Winds is going with 3 Feet and Rising. The Shady Man MI5. Good evening. Spring fever brings February babies. LOL. Chris Fisher, no clue. I hope you all remember De La Soul. I mean, they might have been early, a long time ago, but I remember them. De La Soul. Nick was deranged. Me, myself, and I, the unholy trinity. Born on Groundhog's Day, 2/2/22. Denise Carr, good evening. Welcome to the Music Trivia. We're on question 17 of 20. Shady Man, MI5, keep up the good work, Will. Well, thank you. Thank you. And if I didn't say hello and I missed you earlier, welcome. I'm glad you're here tonight. I hope you had a wonderful week and weekend. Never heard of them? Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to play you some. I'm going to play you some Me, Myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. Huh. It appears that I listened to this song earlier today.
I bless.
I can't skip the commercial.
The great, for she is on you.
Forget the Hulu. All right, I'm going to play you the song just as soon as I'm done with this trivia question. Me, Myself, and I. What was the name of the solo album by De La Soul? The correct answer to this trivia question, question number 17, is 3 Feet and Rising. A as in apple, 3 Feet and Rising. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who forgot who De La Soul is, this is Me, Myself, and I by De La Soul.
Oh my God, I don't believe this, man.
Yo, Duff, who they put you with, man?
That Deaf Beat, man. Yo, man, they stuck me and Mace with Deaf Beat too.
Hello, Prince Paul's the name. You know, the DJ for Sex and
Why do I
the
call
producer
it
of this particular group. And now after that, and on to the soul. De La, that is. If you take 3 glasses of water and put food coloring in them, you have many different colors, but it's still the same old water.
This is the video,
and now,
by the way. The song's going to play here. That's De La Soul. Get jiggy. Yeah, they came a long time before, Will Smith and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and all that, and get jiggy with it. But De La Soul, they predate that. Let's just say. But I hear that. I mean, somebody told me that. I don't remember when the song came out. Oh, all right. Question number 18. Which of these bands did not have a hit single in the 1980s? And yes, these are all real bands. Is it A, Strawberry Switchblade, B, The Dream Academy, C, The Backstreet Boys, or D, Swing Out Sister? Reminds me of a little of Prince. Boy, did I get it wrong. Not a genre I listen to. I'm in the 60s. It's okay. My friend Tim, he just recently turned 60 himself. And this is one of the albums that that we've listened to here that he remembers from when he was a younger man. And I think he was in high school or something like that, or whenever the song came out, or maybe it was in junior high. I can't remember exactly when he said he heard the song the first time, but he remembers who De La Soul is. But I mean, it may not be your genre. To each their own, I guess. Right? I mean, there's a lot of bands out there I've never heard of. Lawrence Welk. Interviews. Which one of these bands never had a hit in the 1980s? C. Denise Carr? I don't know. In case you watch this in replay, rewind, whatever you want to call it, later on, these songs that I've played samples of tonight will be gone. So I will delete them after the stream. I have that option now with YouTube. I can either, allow them to, the record producers to have the monetization for the samples that I've played, or I can just delete them from the actual play. Excuse me. So if there's a silent period where I said, well, that was De La Soul, and you didn't hear anything at all in replay, that's why, because I've deleted it. And Betty Blue is going with darn. Purple's going A. Brooks is going with C. No idea. Yikes. Betty Blue, Men in Black. Which one of these bands did not have a single in the 1980s? And yes, they are all real bands. I'm liking my membership emoji. What is it? Well, I see. Shady Man, MI5. I cannot see. I'm streaming through Restream. I can't see it. It's most likely a badge or it's a person, an officer. I can look it up really quick, but I can't see the comment section. So in the membership. Because they change depending upon your membership level and how long you've been a member. You just joined Shady MI5. Well, welcome to the membership. I see. So it is you're in Shady MI5, 0 days. Investigator. Investigator it's a little detective man, I believe. I think it's the first emoji you get, but it changes as you go along. So next month it might change again to another one, and then so on. But it's based on the actual level and length of time that you're a channel member. But you have now access to 175 videos that are not they're not available to the general public. They're just for channel members only. So thank you again for joining. Dude in glasses. Yeah, it's like probably the detective in a blue suit with dark glasses, like a spy almost. Mobo could work. Which of these bands did not have a hit in the 1980s? The correct answer is C, as in cat. The Backstreet Boys did not have a hit in the 1980s. All the others definitely had hits in the 1980s. Probably in diapers, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that, Rotor Dial. They were definitely young in the 1980s if they were all born. Police car? So the little emojis that you guys get that are next to your names on YouTube, for being a channel member, they rotate. So there are 3 different ones for investigator, 3 for detective, and 3 for investigator. So and say those. So I don't know which one it's actually going to pick. It'll pick one, and the next month everybody gets, if who's on that level, then gets another one, and then another one. And as I add them, they kind of rotate through. So there's 4 different levels, and chief is the highest. But it rotates through constantly. So and it's kind of hard. And I'm not on YouTube streaming. I'm streaming through StreamYard, restreaming me. It's another service. It works so much better for what I do. He's a sheriff. All right, question number 19. From 1980 to 1989, how many top 10 hits did the band Status Quo have? How many top 10 hits did the band Status Quo have? A, 39, B, 109, C, 18, or D, 4? I shot the sheriff. A roller. How many top 10 hits did the band Status Quo have? Shady is going with C, 18, Starfire, 4. Sorry, but I'm never a fan of the BSB. What is BSB? I'm not familiar with that acronym, or at least right off the top of my head, Mel. What does BSB stand for? Billboard chart? Is that like the Billboard chart? Something I'm guessing maybe. I forgot the law in the law one. I fought the law. I fought the law and the law won. C, LOL, just a guess. Says Denise. Backstreet Boys? Oh, LOL. Never a fan of the Backstreet Boys. Thank you. I mean, the answer is right there in front of me, and yet I missed it. You guys are a question behind. We are on question number 19. In case you're still answering question 18. From 1980 to 1989, how many top 10 hits did the band Status Quo have? Excuse me. Brooks is going with D, 4. Betty Blue, O. You guys, we can still talk about the other question. I'm just letting it. Sometimes people are behind on a question because their internet is still showing the last question. Deborah Davies, good evening and welcome. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. We only have one question left after this, Deborah, but you can watch it and rewind. I hope you had a wonderful week and weekend. Angela's going with A39. It's a good thing I cut these down to 20 because my voice is about to go out. That's the way it gets. It's all right, Deborah. It's all right. Just remember, the trivia, Sunday night trivia, music trivia, is at 5 p.m. now, not 7 p.m. like it used to. And it's now 20 questions instead of 30 questions. But it's at Sunday night, 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and not at 7 p.m. anymore. Oh, this is just as much fun for me, Angela, as it is for everybody else. Guess the real number, Mel. People like StreamYard better, anyways. Not me. Betty Blue. I was on StreamYard for 2 years, and the technical problems that I had on StreamYard were endless. And I kept on paying for their top professional service, and I got absolute crap. Sorry for my language, but I did. I got absolute crap when it came to customer service from the company. And I finally just said, that's it. I'm either going to stream directly and use YouTube service only, or I'm just never going to stream again. It was so, well, I don't want to get into it, but that my dissatisfaction with them has been very well documented with them. They say that they finally fixed a lot of the issues that they have, but yeah, I have enough friends who still use StreamYard and Streamcast. No, that Streamcast and StreamYard, by the way, are owned by the same company. They just have a different logo. Beastie Boys, a Sure Shot Patriot on Amazon Prime. 8 p.m. East Coast. It's 3 hours difference. 5 p.m. West Coast, 8 p.m. on the East Coast on Sunday nights. And that's the reason why we're doing it 3 hours early. 2 hours earlier, instead of it being 7 p.m. here and 10 o'clock there. But I would buy a vowel. All right, question number 19. From 1980 to 1989, how many top 10 hits did the band Status Quo have? The correct answer is C, 18. 18 top 10 hits in a 9-year period. Other bands would dream of ever getting half of that in 9 years. They had 18 top 10 hits. That's a lot. That's a good track record. I'm doing the best I can, Mel. All right. Question 20 and the final question for tonight. Which U2 album cover featured the blank stare of a child? Was it A, Unforgettable Fire, B, Joshua Tree, C, War, or D, U2 self-titled album? Which U2 album cover featured the blank stare of a child? Is that like a party confetti thing? That's a neat little emoji. Just think of me as your pain in the asshole. Oh, I love my sisters. I would be I would be half the man that I am today if it wasn't for my sisters. They made me realize really early on, especially growing up as a teenager, you get boys together, and without a male role model there as a guiding, light in the right direction. A teenage boy can get lost pretty quickly and think of women in the wrong context and way. But I had four sisters right there willing to slap me in the side of the head if I ever thought that way. Female torment. Yeah. I don't think it was female torment. They set me straight. They made sure that that I grew up to be a gentleman and treat women with respect. And I still do to this day, and I always will. Which U2 album cover featured the blank stare of a child? A. Unforgettable Fire. B. Joshua Tree. C. War. Or D. U2 self-titled album. For question 20. Shady's going with D. Purple C. Mel says, I got this one. Well, Mel, the correct answer is C, as in cat, War. The War album was the correct answer. Blank stare of a child. Mel Stiller for the trophy. That's all 20 questions. I hope everybody enjoyed it, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. We'll be back next Sunday again. Long as I'm 6 feet above ground, and when I'm here, we'll be doing trivia again. And if it gets to the point where my health is unable to, I'll grab my wife or my daughter or somebody else to sit here in my chair, and they can do this with me. So don't worry about my health. It's just talking too much, and this stupid thing doesn't help. And my inhaler, every time I have to take it, makes my voice even worse. Thank you, great job. Yeah, I will, Interpeas. I will. And if you guys like Minecraft videos and watching Minecraft gameplay, my wife does Minecraft live streams every day, usually at about noon, because our son's in school then, so she has 2 hours, 2.5 hours in the afternoon that it's free from 2 to about 2:30, 2 right in there usually. She has a YouTube channel as well. It's Teal Ocelot, like teal as in the color, Teal, Ocelot as in the cat, Ocelot, all one word, Teal Ocelot. But she needs more subscribers. She's getting up there on Twitch with the people who are subscribing to her channel. Interpeas has been there. Interpeas has watched her, and jumped in on and watched her play her Minecraft. A lot of people really enjoy her content, though. October has the younger child on its cover. God, did they slap you silly from time to time, Mel? My sisters, I would say no. Yeah, but most of my younger years, my two older sisters, had graduated high school and were off living their lives by the time I got into high school, and I still had my two younger sisters. There, but I was more of the caretaker for my younger sisters. You know, I had to play both roles by that point. I had to play the father and I had to play the mother figure in the family for my two younger sisters. So, but my two older sisters, you know, we're definitely, a positive influence in my life. One of my older sisters has passed away, and I only have one left, and I don't get to see her as much as I want. But yeah, and the two younger sisters, I got one that lives locally here near me, so she's here at my house pretty much at least 2 or 3 times a week. She comes by. That don't slap me silly. I don't know about that, but they definitely were here. Well, my dear little brother, you look after yourself, okay? I will, Mel. I will. Angela Allen, thank you for being here. No, thank you to everybody for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you being here tonight. I'm going to wrap the stream up there. We did hit even at 20 questions, we still hit the over 2 hours. So thank you again, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, man, give it click that thumbs down. But just make sure you click it twice so YouTube really knows that you didn't like it. And leave a comment down below, what you liked, what you didn't like, even if you hate me, put a comment down below. I can't make this better if I don't get any feedback. And I'm being absolutely honest about that. You can't get better at your job at what you do, or anything that you do, even as a hobby. You can't get better at it unless you get feedback. So thank you again, everyone. I really appreciate it. And you all have a great week ahead.